Both Bobby Pierce and Devin Moran questioned why the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series decided to call the Silver Dollar Nationals after a brief rain delay. Roll this up over at stockcarreport.com. You can find the link in the description below. After the series called the race, Pierce was declared the third place finisher. When was asked what his feelings were after wrapping up the weekend, there were 13 laps left in the race after it was kind of put on hold for the rain delay. And Pierce said this: "My feelings are like the track feels like it's good to race on. I don't know. We waited at Knoxville last year when I had the lead. We waited. There's about 10 to go. We finished the race. You tell me." While he wanted to go back racing, Pierce did concede, and I don't know if 13 laps would have done anything. It was follow the leader forever, and the track finally got good, and there came the rain. Over on X, Pierce added, "Maybe I would have finished first or second or maybe 7th or 10th. But yeah, I just felt like since we waited 40 minutes at Knoxville last year with 10 to go in the same type of scenario, we were going to wait here too. It must depend on who isn't winning the race at the moment." He then included a shoulder shrug emoji. Trent Branson here said, just watch a video of Moran post on Facebook. He kind of felt the same way as far as being confused as to why they canceled it. We'll get to that in a little bit here. And Pierce responded saying, "We're on lap 67 of 80. It rains for 10 minutes and stops. Although track looks to be okay, the race will not continue. Sure, it sucks for the fans, but I get it. My confusion and setback stems from Knoxville. Why was it so different? Why delay 30 minutes there to finish those last 15 laps?" So obviously, definitely raising some questions there. I would be remiss if I did not include that Ben Shelton did report after he had concluded the victory lane interviews with eventual race winner Hudson O'Neal, second place finisher Brandon Sheppard, and Bobby Pierce. He did say that it had started raining again. So maybe that was why they were looking at the radar. Unclear as to exactly why they decided not to wait. It was already kind of past midnight here on the East Coast. So again, not really sure why they decided not to wait, given the fact that they've done that in the past. But Pierce was not the only one to question why Lucas Oil called the race after the rain delay. In a post-race recap on Facebook, Devin Moran also wondered why it was called. In the text portion of the post, he wrote this: "Houston's recap, not really sure why they called the feature early when the rain stopped and the track was run in. As a points night, we could have used every last lap. Congrats to Hudson O'Neal on the win. Still well deserved." In the attached video, he also added this: "Tonight, messed up a little bit in the heat race and got us put back there in the feature and started 12th, and I felt like I was really good there the first lap or two, and then someone spun out Hilsebeck and it gave us some right side damage, and then after that I was trying a little too hard, hurt my tires, so we pitted. Then finally started rolling right up through there, got to 10th, and then for some reason they canceled the race after the rain stopped and they had it all run in, so don't know what's going on there. Hopefully we can find out." He then concluded saying, "All in all, got a win this weekend, a top 10 in the final night, so we'll get her all fixed up and get ready for Cedar Lake." Hudson O'Neal won the race, as I said. Brandon Sheppard finishing in second. Pierce finished third. Jonathan Davenport and Ricky Thornton Jr. rounded out your top 5. Garrett Albertson, Dan Ebert, Brandon Overton, Dennis Jr., and Devin Moran completed the top 10. Davenport extended his point lead by finishing 4th over Ricky Thornton Jr. He now has a 15-point lead. I think it was 10 coming into the race. Hudson O'Neal sits in third, just 290 points behind Davenport. Devin Moran currently holds the 4th position. He's 395 points behind Davenport. The battle for that 4th spot is still raging. Garrett Albertson is only 150 points behind Moran. Sheppard is only 175 points behind Moran as well. And then Brandon Overton is 455 points behind him. So he's kind of faded a little bit. Really kind of looks like that 4th place fight is between Hudson O'Neal, Devin Moran, Garrett Albertson, and Brandon Sheppard at this point. But obviously you can get hot. We've seen Hudson O'Neal get extraordinarily hot. I think he was in that 7th place position just 3 months ago, and he's now in third, just 290 points behind Jonathan Davenport. So obviously there's still a lot of racing left, so it's possible that you could see someone like a Brandon Overton, like a Dalton Wilson, kind of make a run. Almost maybe a little bit too far behind, but Brandon Overton could still kind of click off a couple of wins and be right there in the thick of it for that 4th and final playoff spot. We shall see what happens, but right now, clearly there are questions being raised by both Bobby Pierce and Devin Moran as to why the race was called so early, and they didn't wait at least around 40 minutes to see if they could go back racing, especially after they already had kind of the track cars out there. They were working the track in and looked like it was probably ready to go racing. But again, as I said, Ben Shelton did say that it was starting to rain again as he was closing the program. So maybe that has something to do with it. But Still waiting for an official, maybe, response from Lucas Oil. We shall see if we get one. But let me know what you guys make of this. What do you make of what Bobby Pierce and Devin Moran had to say? Obviously, they wanted to continue racing. Moran clearly saying he wanted to kind of move up through the field and had been moving through the field. And Pierce obviously wanting a shot at potentially winning with 13 laps to go, but also admitting that he doesn't know if it would have made a difference anyways, given the fact about how kind of one lane the track had been most of the night. But again, let me know what you guys make of this. Let me know in the comments below.